So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we have another episode of the Trading Every Player rebuild series, and it's going to be the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans clearly have some talent on their roster, so today our main goal is to get some really good returns on trading away every single one of these players. I'm sure many of you know how these work because I explain it every single video, but just in case you're new and do not understand how these videos work, I will explain it to you real quick. Before year one kicks off, I have to trade away the entire Pelicans roster. I have no say in any of the trades whatsoever. At no point in time may anybody who's currently on the Pelicans come back to the team. And the end goal is to obviously win a championship. I believe if I counted correctly, this is going to be the 18th video that we've done in the Trading Every Player rebuild series, meaning we only have about 12 left after this. So we're eventually going to need some new series to do as we progress through the NBA season. So anything you guys really want to see, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. Literally whatever pops in your head, make sure to let me know. And of course, my DMs on Twitter are always open as well if you like a little bit more of a direct line of communication with me. So yeah, man, I've been enjoying this series so far. I think you guys have been as well. I hope you have anyways. And we're going to continue it today. So let's get into it. It's going to suck trading away Zion Williamson. I think we all can relatively agree on that fact. He's clearly, when healthy, probably one of the top 15 players in basketball. Dude is explosive as hell. He's found his shot a little bit. I mean, this dude is just so fun, and I don't want to trade him today. He's 23 years old. He's an 89 overall, former number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft, and I have really no interest in trading him. But unfortunately, that's what we're going to do to kick off this video. So I will actually shoot myself if I get this trade from the Bulls. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, there's no say. So you know what? We're just going to get through it. I don't want to do this. And we'll stop right about now. Bam Adebayo and Caleb Martin for Zion Williamson and EJ Liddell. Now, not my favorite trade in the world, but like, I can live with it. Because if I had ended up with something like this, I could have maybe lived with that. But there's a lot of bad trades out there that I probably would have been really, really disappointed with. No disrespect to Anthony Simons, I would have been pissed. This would have, oh my God, I would have shot myself. This would have sucked as well. So, you know, honestly, maybe we're not getting away. Trae Young could have even been fun. Maybe we're not getting away with, like, the best trade in the world, but I can definitely live with this. Bam Adebayo is going to be a fun piece to build around today. So welcome to the team, Bam. We are very excited to have you here. Brandon Ingram, second best player on this team. He's 26 years of age at an 86 overall. We have 26 trade offers for BI, and let's just scroll through all of them with the eyes shut. And we're going to end up taking a trade from the... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, that, we started out on a relatively hot note, I will say, ending up with Bam Adebayo in a deal. And now it's going to be Bruce Brown, who, although is a good player, NBA champ Bruce Brown, and we are getting a draft pick, there's not a God's chance in hell I'd ever trade Brandon Ingram for him. So that's another one that you got to live with. You really do. Does CJ McCollum's overall go up if you move to shooting guard? He does not. CJ, when he was in Portland next to Dame, played the 2 a lot, but I guess more of a 1 now at 6'3". CJ McCollum's been a really good player for a long time, and he could have been a fun piece to have in today's video. We're going to stop right now, and we're actually going to go one to the left this time, giving me John Collins and Kelly Olynyk, or it would have been Mitchell Robinson and Evan Fournier. Yeah, I mean, none of these trades really excite me too much. I think we can all probably agree on that. Okay, Trey Murphy's going to be next. We're going to include him in a trade. Let's see. Let's do with somebody like Larry Nance Jr. Making a little bit of money, can maybe go ahead and have a few more options with 21 trade offers here. We'll scroll through until we stop in 3, 2, and a 1. And that gives me Cole Anthony and Markelle Fultz from the Orlando Magic. A couple young point guards here that are going to be welcomed to New Orleans with open arms. I don't mind getting 2 players that are both capable starters. I think it's a very fun trade. Okay. Continuing to scroll on here, Herb Jones. I love Herb Jones. I'm sure many of you know this if you've been watching my videos for a long time. I don't want to trade Herb Jones, but I don't have any say. So I'm going to include him in a deal with Dyson Daniels, who has 3.5 stars. His value is actually crazy high. And see if we can just maybe land a big-name player. I think it would be a really kind of fun way to continue on to this rebuild. So stop. Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson for Herb Jones, Dyson Daniels. I'm just looking at the other offers. Jalen Duren would have definitely been fun. Draymond Green, probably not, just with the way he regresses. Jaime Jaquez Jr. could have been a fun addition. You know what? I actually really don't mind this deal from Denver. We're going to get a power forward that very well could start for us for the entire video here in Aaron Gordon, and it's definitely one I can live with. So now we're getting into some of the more of the role players that are maybe just a little bit less valuable. A guy like Jose Alvarado, who I think is good. I'm not going to sit here and dismiss that, but maybe not as impactful as some of the other pieces that we've moved so far. So 26 trade offers for him and Najee Marshall. Let's scroll through all of these, and we'll stop right about now. We're actually going to go on to the right this time, giving me Chimezie Metu and Damian Lee from the Phoenix Suns, or it would have been Osman and Bassie from the Spurs. Again, when we move role pieces and bench pieces like this, it's really never anything too crazy. it's just kind of deals that you can live with. So JRE and Jordan Hawkins are going to be the next two pieces I move. Hawkins about 2.5 stars in value, so maybe there's a little something there with that. And we'll continue to scroll through in one of our final trades right now until right about now. It lands us Kobe Buffkin and Bruno Fernando from the Atlanta Hawks. Definitely some other ones I would have taken and preferred, but nonetheless, Kobe Buffkin I know has some value. Maybe we can develop him a little bit, whether it's in the G League or not. We'll find out. But I believe we moved the majority. Like Kier Lewis Jr. I know has to go, but is he the last guy? I'm almost positive I've gotten through the rest of the roster, so I'm hoping I'm not. How the hell did I just miss that? Oh my God. I just completely missed Jonas Valanciunas. Well, he is going to be in a trade right now with Kier Lewis Jr. I have no idea how I scrolled right by the man, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I don't want to miss out on one of the better players on this team, the starting center, and continue to scroll right now, and we'll stop in 3, 2, and 1. Our final trade, oh my God, it's going to come with the Warriors. Draymond Green, Kevon Looney coming here to New Orleans. So, interesting final trade to say the least. We're definitely going to have to move some positions around. I know I just want to double check one last time that we did not miss anything, because I didn't think I missed anything the first time either, but I did. And we should be good right about now. I don't do the two-way players. You guys know that. So I think we're all set. A lot of depth on this team, I'll say that. So we're going to move some positions around. I'll see you guys at the rotation. So I went ahead and moved some positions around, and ultimately it resulted in me making some tough decisions. If you look right now, this is not exactly the prettiest starting five. I don't think it fits very well together. Well, let me explain to you my thought process. So I'm going to start Cole Anthony over Markelle Fultz. For me, it's not a crazy gap, at least in 2K in terms of talent. But Cole Anthony is a little bit younger. He's one overall higher. 2K suggests I start him, so I'm going to do that. Bruce Brown is actually like the only really kind of high-quality shooting guard on this team. I'm going to start him at the 2. Really no shock there. Now, coming into some things I'm going to have to answer. Draymond Green is really not a traditional modern 3 in the NBA. But for one season, it's going to have to work because the power forward depth that we had on this roster is absolutely out of this world. And I had legitimately no starting small forward. So 6'6" Draymond Green, who is really not a small forward, but he does have a little bit better of a three-point shot than Aaron Gordon, is going to start at the 3. That's what I got to work with. Gordon here at the 4, and then Bam Adebayo at the 5. So really, besides Draymond Green, probably not a lot of shocking things in the starting 5. Fultz will take over as a 6-man backing up Cole Anthony. John Collins, I moved from the backup 5 to the backup 4. You will see why in just a second. Caleb Martin, I moved from the backup 4 to the backup 3. Again, we had absolutely no small forward depth. I created it myself. Kevon Looney is going to be our backup center, and then Damian Lee, as I mentioned, is he's an okay, good sharpshooter, I guess, going to be my backup shooting guard. It's what I have to work with right now. Now, unfortunately, guys like Kelly Olynyk are not going to be getting any minutes. Look, I don't need 3 power forwards or 3 centers. Kelly Olynyk's a great guy to have on the bench, can maybe have some impactful minutes in certain situations. Ultimately, he's not going to be in the traditional every single day rotation. Same thing can be said about Chimezie Metu. Bruno Fernando is down here, and I'm sure many of you are wondering, where the hell did a guy like Kobe Buffkin go? He's down in the G League, and then although he is talented at a 77 overall already, Peyton Watson, there's just simply no minutes. So I'm going to let him develop down there a little bit. The kid is only 21 years old. I know he's a relatively high overall, but hopefully it does work out. So, yeah, I mean, again, I had a lot of tough decisions to make, and although I don't know exactly how well this starting 5 is going to fit, I do have relatively high hopes. There's just not a lot of, like, elite scoring in this starting 5, so that's where I do get a little bit nervous, but clearly somebody's going to have to do it for me. So we'll find out, and yeah, we do have a lot of depth, to say the least, and it's going to be a tough and interesting season. So I'm excited to see how this group fits together. Actually, I'd say more interested than exciting, but I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. 46-36 is how we wrap up the first season here in New Orleans. Honestly, I can't tell you if that's a good record, a bad record, or maybe right on target, because I don't really know what to expect with a team like this. It surprised me the way the team came together, but 46 wins is probably a playoff spot, so we'll go from there. Luka Doncic, 36 points, 11.5 boards, 9 assists is your MVP. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook, Victor Wembanyama, also a depoy in his rookie campaign. Jalen Johnson, most improved. He's been playing some very good basketball this year. Luka wins Clutch Player of the Year, and Ty Lue Coach of the Year in LA. Okay, let's dive into it and just see where we ended up. We are the 6th seed, so we avoid the play-in ahead of some teams that are probably better than us. Just keep in mind, I don't play with injuries on, so John Morant, Desmond Bane, Marcus Smart, all those guys are going to be playing. And yeah, we're going to be matched up with MVP Luka Doncic and the rest of the Dallas Mavericks in round 1. Here's a look at the East if you would like to pause. And I am interested, just want to check on player stats first. So points per game for us. So Bam Adebayo about 20 points a game. Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz, Bruce Brown. So it looked like the ball, not the ball, but like it looked like it got spread out a little bit, right? You know, there isn't 3 guys averaging 20 points a game and then everybody else is like 9 points or lower. It looks like it's relatively spread out, especially from like Markelle Fultz all the way down to like John Collins. And I know there's a little bit of different, obviously, but we'll see. And I just want to check, just curious, like where did we fall in like total points per game? So like points per game, that's not the right button. This new fucking menus just screw me up. What the fuck did they just do? I just clicked the wrong button. This is why this game makes it absolutely fucking impossible. Points per game. All right, Bucks were first, 124. I'm assuming we were, maybe we were in the middle of the pack. I don't know. We were 116 points a game. Not as bad as I thought, but how were we defensively? So the Wizards were the worst, allowed 122 points a game, and we were actually the third best, 115 a game. Okay, not bad. We're a good defensive team, as I suspected. Okay, Luka and the Mavericks. Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Dante Exum, Maxi Kleber, Derek Lively, Tim Hardaway Jr., who's been playing unbelievable since Luka's been out. Let's see what ends up happening right now. We quickly go down 2-0, though maybe it's 3-0. We do win Game 4 and Game 5, and we do get bounced in 6. So you know what? I'm not going to necessarily say that we had an underwhelming season because I don't really know what else I was expecting. And it's going to be a rematch of last year's finals, except this time instead of Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat, it is Zion Williamson, Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat. And the Denver Nuggets go back-to-back. Oh, my God. What? Oh, my. I mean, just look at the splits, too. I mean, that's just insane. That wasn't like a 4-game sweep where, like, sometimes you'll see crazy elevated numbers. That was a 7-game series, so all power to you, Nikola Jokic. Good Lord. All right, LeBron calls it a career after 21 seasons. Al Horford, Rudy Gay, Lopez, Jeff Green. I'm ready to get into this offseason because we have some big decisions to make with the talent and the personnel on this roster, and I think we'll probably figure it out relatively easily. So let's see. We are projected the 12th overall pick from the Indiana Pacers. I don't know if there's any sort of protection on that, but we're going to find out. So let's see what ends up happening. There's not, so we end up at number 12, which is nice. We also have the Lakers pick at number 18, and then we should have our own pick as well. We do. It's at number 20. So 12, 18, and 20, so 3 first-round picks. Definitely nice. Willie Green has some pretty good ratings. I'm going to hang on to him. Kind of threw him into the deep end with this team, this roster, so we're going to definitely look to improve it, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys with some sort of move. I'm not going to be able to give you an explanation for why the Utah Jazz want to do this one, but another person's stupidity is going to be my gain. So Draymond Green, number 18 overall, number 20 overall, and the number 20 overall in round 2, going to Utah for Larry Markkinen and a first-round pick swap in 2028 with the Utah Jazz. So, yeah, I mean, just going to take it. Markkinen's a guy I get from time to time. Don't get him every single video, obviously, but there's some flexibility. He can play the 4. He can play the 3. I like him a little bit more than I do Draymond Green. So something else I didn't notice, we also have the 15th overall pick from the Milwaukee Bucks. So 2 more first-round selections while still making an upgrade in the starting 5. Feels like a really good start to the offseason, in my opinion. So still could be 1 or 2 more trades coming before the draft, whatever we decide to do with the picks. I'll obviously show you guys. Our next trade's coming with the Miami Heat. I know we already have Bam Adebayo here, but to be fair, they did take Zion Williamson from us. So, yeah, we're going to make another trade. Look, I have nothing wrong with Cole Anthony. I think he's a solid starting point guard option. Ultimately, I'm looking for an upgrade, and we're eventually going to find that. But for now, we're going to bring in Tyler Hero. Going to be my new starting shooting guard. So Cole Anthony, John Collins, the 15th overall pick. Heading to Miami for Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Duncan Robinson. I don't really love his contract. He's clearly bounced back a little bit after being a DNP a while last season. And, yeah, I do like Tyler Hero a lot, and he does progress well. So welcome to the team. Very excited to have him here. So that's already 2 new additions in this starting 5 that I think are going to significantly impact how this team kind of looks and how this team kind of acts. Because we got guys in Markkinen and Hero who can clearly score the basketball. And I'm very excited to see how they fit in with the rest of the team. So now what we got to do is decide what we want to do with the 12th overall pick. It's our last remaining first-round pick, and there's a couple different avenues we can go. I'm leaning towards including the pick in a trade now. Maybe some of you would be mad because I had 4 first-round picks and probably could have used at least one of them. And maybe I still will. I don't really know. But when I look at the depth that this team has, and I know I traded away some of it, but there's a lot of depth here. And I don't really know if somebody at number 12 overall is really going to get the minutes to seriously impact this team or even develop. So I'm TBD. I'm not just going to give up the draft pick for nothing, but I would not mind finding a different solution. We went ahead and traded away Cole Anthony. Now we're looking for an upgrade at our starting point guard spot, and Jalen Brunson would be just that. Now, I know he's very, very good, and I know it's clearly not going to be an easy trade, but I'm willing to give up, I think, what it would cost in order to acquire him. So Duncan Robinson's in here, mostly to make the money work. Kobe Buffkin was probably never really actually going to have time to develop here. Bruno Fernando was never getting minutes in the 12th overall pick, as I mentioned. I kind of prefer to include it in a trade. So what do you say, New York? How about we make a deal? I didn't think so, at least on that attempt. So I'd be willing to get my first next year, and I know it's 2 stars right now, and maybe there's a little risk that we end up sucking. But if that team last year made the playoffs, I think I can confidently say the one next year will be even better. And then maybe one more first, because that's all I really have to offer you, and they do agree to that. So I know it's a hefty price to pay, but I really like Jalen Brunson. He's a 90 overall. He's only 27, and he's not making a shit ton of money, at least right now. So excited to have him here. In terms of the rest of the starting 5, I'm going to have to figure out kind of which way I want to go with this, because again, I know Markkanen can play the 3, and maybe I'm comfortable enough with Aaron Gordon kind of taking a little bit of a lesser role, at least offensively and scoring wise, but we'll see. We'll go from there, because I still do think there's a lot of quality depth on this team. So Markkanen will go down 1 overall, at least right now, playing the 3. It's not the end of the world. And yeah, so we trade away all our draft picks. If that pissed you off, I'm sorry, but this isn't your video, I guess. Bruce Brown will be coming back. Peyton Watson, I'd like to get him some minutes. Martin ends up declining. Damian Lee ends up accepting. So we're going to have to figure out kind of what we want to do with some of these guys. I know we do have some free agents, and that's definitely something I'm going to have to address. Starting out with Markelle Fultz, likely going to be my 6th man once again. We'll give him about 20 million AAV. And then I'm not just going to lose Caleb Martin for nothing. So we get both of them back. Olynyk, probably just going to let walk. Same with Metu. Honestly, maybe I could try to find a way to bring them back, get the minutes, but at this point, it's not really worth it to me. So, yeah, we also have a couple trade exceptions down there, but Fultz is back, which is definitely important. We take a look at kind of the bare bones of this roster right now. We're pretty much all set at the point guard spot. Pretty comfortable at the shooting guard position. I know Damian Lee picked up his option. He could be a guy that gets traded maybe for a draft pick. Small forward, I'm pretty good with Markkanen and Martin. Watson going to get some minutes, and then Looney and Adebayo. So, like, honestly, maybe I'm good. Maybe I just move forward with the team we have now, give it a year. I mean, we've already made a lot of trades, so you know what? Fuck it. I'll do that. I am a little bit nervous about the defense in the backcourt, but I don't really think it's going to be as important. I really don't. So let's see. The Bucks want to give me more draft picks. I already have a lot of Bucks draft picks, which I don't really know where those came from. Was it the Drew Holiday trade a long time ago? I don't know. Utah sometimes is good. New York, I did just take Jalen Brunson. It's our own pick. That's fun. I was going to say, if the Knicks want to give me their pick, I did just go ahead and acquire probably their best player. But I'm thinking maybe a trade, it's a swap with the Thunder. I'll take the Spurs picks. I'm sure that's actually swaps with Atlanta. Who cares? They're first-round picks. They're going to be trade pieces probably at some point in time. We're all set. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. Last season, we ended up as the 6th seed in the Western Conference. The team really didn't have a true direction. This last offseason, we created one for them, acquiring a whole bunch of new starters. We have 3 new starters on this team, in Jalen Brunson, in Tyler Hero, and in Lauri Markkanen. So 1 through 3, completely new guys to this team, and guys that can more importantly score the basketball. So I'm very excited about the idea of this new team and this new look. Aaron Gordon, Bam Adebayo still going to be my front court bench unit. A little bit of a new look, some familiar faces, though. Bruce Brown goes from the starter to the bench. Don't think that's the end of the world. Markelle Fultz, we ended up bringing back, remains our backup point guard. I know I thought maybe he'd be my 6th man. Ultimately, Bruce Brown's 1 overall higher. It's 2-minute difference. Not the end of the world. Caleb Martin we brought back to be our backup small forward. Kevon Looney still our backup center. Peyton Watson now going to be getting some minutes, so I'm very excited about that. So I like this team. I think we have a really good starting 5, and I think we have quality depth, which I'm sure if you guys watch my videos, you know something I consider very important. So I think this team's a serious threat in the West. We will find out, and I will see you guys at the end of year 2. 65-17 is how we wrap up year 2 here in New Orleans. I'm feeling very, very good right now. Hopefully this will be a very long, very fun playoff ride. Nikola Jokic, another MVP. I mean, this dude does nothing but win. Matas Buzelis somehow ended up in Philadelphia is your rookie of the year. Cam Thomas, 6th man of the year, averaging nearly 24 points a game. Here's a clue. Maybe put him in the starting 5. Victor Wembanyama is your D-point once again. Brandon Podziemski, most improved. Steph Curry, clutch player of the year. Willie Green does win coach of the year for us. So that is good. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Willie Green is necessarily on the hot seat, but I'm also not going to tell you his job's 100% safe, because we clearly had the best record in the league, and I think some playoff success is definitely needed. So let's check out the numbers on the year. Added a couple scorers here, and it looks like things are back to typically where they are in some of my rebuilds. Rebounds a game is Bam Adebayo, and assists Jalen Brunson. So round 1, us and the San Antonio Spurs. Well, Victor Wembanyama is young. He has won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Years, though, and 1 Rookie of the Year. The rest of this team is interesting. I like Devin Vassell. Keldon Johnson's always solid. Tobias Harris somehow the hell ended up here. I think this is a sweepable first round, though. I can say that with confidence. We do go on to sweep. All right, the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, Brandon Podziemski, Moses Moody, Kuminga, Tracy Jackson-Davis. The corpse of Chris Paul is still here at age 39, averaging 7.9 and 7.9. That's funny. Okay, Western Conference semifinals. We finally do lose a game, but we are up 3-1, and we're in the West Finals. We're going to be taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder, who definitely present more of a challenge. I can 1,000% say that. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a 97 overall. He's probably an MVP candidate, and he's absolutely insane. Josh Giddey is not really a good human being, but he's an 83 overall. Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. Not my favorite team to face. I'm sure many of you know this, and the Western Conference rebuilds is typically one of my biggest challenges getting through the Oklahoma City Thunder. We are up 3-2. We're forcing a Game 7, and we are in the finals, but SGA won Western Conference Finals MVP. God bless you, 2K. You're very good at sucking dick. Okay, us and the Cavs. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Jonas Valanciunas. Did we trade him there? I completely forget what we got for Jonas Valanciunas. I have no idea. All right, we do drop Game 1. Win Game 2 and 3. They tie it up 2-2. We go up 3-2. Can we get a... That's it. That is a Year 2 championship, my friends, and that is a Finals MVP for Mr. Bam Adebayo. You love to see it. You truly do. Chris Paul at age 40 calls it a career. Staff retirements, Hall of Fame inductees, jersey retirements, draft lottery. I doubt there's going to be anything here for us in terms of draft picks, which is honestly fun. Oh, good. Give the Thunder a first overall pick. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Willie Green clearly going to stay, as we had a lot of postseason success, about as much as you can have, actually. So up to the draft, we have no first-round picks. It's fine. It's one of those videos. Brunson declines, Gordon declines, Watson's coming back. All right, clearly I have some priorities in free agency. Jalen Brunson is somebody I definitely need to retain. We actually have 4 free agents, and honestly, I want to bring them all back. That is a lot of money. Oh, shh. Okay, thank God. I didn't realize he had 8 offers, and I'm like, holy shit, is he going to accept a different one? He's not. We're going to bring back Markkanen as well, and then Aaron Gordon, the final kind of piece of the puzzle here. And I will wait on Kevon Looney because I don't want to renounce Kevon Looney. I'd be happy to bring him back, but I'm just going to make sure I kind of get this big 3 back first before I do that and make sure then I have money for Looney. So we get all 3 of those guys back. We do have money for Kevon Looney. It's very rare situations this ends up... Seriously? Come on. It's very rare and not very often that this ends up happening that I run back a season with the same exact... Oh, shit. Bruce Brown's gone. Well, maybe we won't be running. Maybe we will. Okay. I don't know how we have all this money. I really don't. Bruce Brown is back, and yeah, it's rare. It does happen, though. We're going to run it back. I'll see you guys at the start of Year 3. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And that's kind of the mantra we have here heading into our final regular season. Last year, we obviously won a championship, and we decided to bring back literally every single player that was in our rotation. So, Jalen Brunson, Tyler Hero, Lauri Markkanen, Aaron Gordon, Bam Adebayo, 1 through 5 stays the same. Markelle Fultz is 1 overall higher than Bruce Brown. It's a 2 minutes difference. Once again, it's not the end of the world, but he'll be our 6th man. Bruce Brown follows him, Caleb Martin, Peyton Watson, and Kevon Looney. This is a fun team. I'll see you guys at the end of the final regular season. 69-13 is the record to wrap up Year 3. Nice. Hopefully another championship well on its way. Luka Doncic never triple-double. No, actually, not another triple-double. Excuse me. I don't think he's actually had any triple-doubles today. It's weird. I'm just used to saying it. Ace Bailey's Rookie of the Year. Dylan Harper's 6th Man of the Year is in Boston. Victor Wembanyama, 3 straight depoys. Stephon Cassell, Most Improved. Joel Embiid, Clutch Player of the Year. Willie Green, Coach of the Year for the 2nd straight season. What did we win? 65 games last year, something like that? Let's dive into the numbers real quick. I'm assuming everybody played relatively similar to last year, and it kind of looks like they did. Rebounds a game was Adebayo, and assists was Jalen Brunson. And here is the standings. We are 16 games up on the Thunder. Pacers are looking really good. Oh, well, that explains why. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. Us and the Houston Rockets. Ben Thompson, VJ Edgecombe, excuse me. I haven't heard much about him. Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr., Alperen Şengün. Good name, though. All right, what's going to happen here in the first round? I actually can really kind of just do this. Okay. All right, we're good. Memphis here in round 2. Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Zaire Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr., Andre Drummond. You got Marcus Smart, Jalen Smith. It's a fun team. It looks like they have some good depth. I just think... We're not doing... What the fuck? Don't do this. Don't do this. Okay. Wow. That is rare, but the blown 3-0 lead does happen here in 2K. Steph Curry is 38 years old and... Oh, what? Right? 43 a game? Just nothing? Okay. Brandon Podziemski, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Tracy Jackson Davis. Rui Hachimura is an interesting addition. This team doesn't really move me. I'm not going to lie to you. We're in the finals. We are taking on Joel Embiid and... Oh, no. That's the Pistons. Okay. Sass, there's just absolutely no fucking way, right? There's not a God's chance in hell. Oh, I actually went to 7. Bam Adebayo, back-to-back finals MVPs. Truly do love to see it. All right, man, that is it. That is it from me. This rebuild took an interesting turn, honestly, in the first offseason, I guess, like after year one. You guys know what I'm saying. I didn't expect to be able to get all these players, and I think they honestly just fit really well together. We wanted to go out and get guys who can score the basketball, create plays, and we definitely did that. So I'm very happy about this one. This was a fun rebuild. I hope you guys did enjoy because, yeah, man, we only have so many of these trading every player rebuilds left. So any other series ideas you guys have, let me know down below in the comment section. But that is it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.